In the beginning, Tiamat and Apsu coexisted peacefully, and their mingling waters gave birth to the first generation of gods, including Lamu and Lahamu, and later Anshar and Kishar, who represented the horizon. These early gods were part of the natural order and lived in harmony. However, as more gods were born, the cosmos became crowded, and their constant activity began to disturb the peace of Tiamat and Apsu. The younger gods, in their exuberance, created noise and chaos that upset the balance of the world. Apsu, frustrated by the disruption caused by his offspring, proposed to eliminate them and restore peace by destroying the younger gods. Tiamat, however, was reluctant at first. She loved her children and did not want to harm them. She tried to dissuade Apsu from his course of action, but he was determined. This disagreement between Tiamat and Apsu reflects the tension between chaos and order, a central theme in the myth. In secret, the younger gods, led by the wise god Ea, Enki, discovered Apsu's plan to annihilate them. Acting quickly, Ea used his powerful magic to put Apsu to sleep and then killed him. This act of patricide marked a turning point in the myth, as it shifted the balance of power from the primordial forces to the younger gods. Ea took Apsu's body and created his own dwelling from it, marking the beginning of creation from chaos. Tiamat, devastated by the death of her consort, transformed from a nurturing mother figure into a wrathful force of destruction. Enraged by the betrayal and murder of Apsu, she decided to wage war against the younger gods to avenge his death. To prepare for battle, Tiamat gave birth to a brood of terrifying monsters, including dragons, serpents, and venomous creatures. She also appointed Kingu, a powerful demon, as the leader of her army, and gave him the Tablet of Destinies, which granted him supreme authority over the universe. As Tiamat's monstrous army prepared to wage war, the younger gods were thrown into a state of panic. None of them were willing to face her in battle, as her fury and power were unmatched. The gods convened in fear and confusion, searching for a champion who could stand against Tiamat and her forces. After much deliberation, they turned to Marduk, the son of Ea, who had already proven himself a powerful and intelligent deity. Marduk agreed to fight Tiamat on the condition that he would be granted supreme authority over the gods if he succeeded. The gods, desperate for a savior, agreed to Marduk's terms, and he was given the power to shape the cosmos as he saw fit. Armed with magical weapons, including a net, bow, and the winds, Marduk prepared for the ultimate battle against the primordial chaos embodied by Tiamat. The confrontation between Marduk and Tiamat is the climactic moment of the myth. As Tiamat approached, Marduk unleashed his winds to entrap her, preventing her from closing her jaws and attacking. He then shot an arrow into her heart, killing her instantly. Tiamat's monstrous body collapsed, and with her death, the forces of chaos were finally subdued. The victory of Marduk over Tiamat symbolizes the triumph of order over chaos, a central theme in Mesopotamian cosmology. After defeating Tiamat, Marduk used her body to create the world. He split her in two, using one half to form the heavens and the other to create the earth. Her eyes became the sources of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, while her tail formed the Milky Way. The heavens, earth, and all of creation were shaped from her body, making Tiamat not only a destructive force, but also the source of all life and structure in the universe. Marduk's victory established him as the supreme ruler of the gods, fulfilling the promise made to him. He was now the king of the gods and the architect of the universe, having brought order from the primordial chaos of Tiamat. As a token of his dominance, Marduk took the Tablet of Destinies from Kingu, solidifying his control over fate and the cosmos. Tiamat's legacy in the myth is dual in nature. On one hand, she represents the uncontrollable, chaotic forces that threaten the stability of the world. On the other hand, her body is the very substance from which the ordered cosmos is made, making her both the destroyer and the source of creation. Her story is a powerful reflection of the ancient Mesopotamian worldview, in which chaos and order are constantly in tension, but are also inextricably linked. The myth of Tiamat and Marduk served an important cultural and religious function for the Babylonians. It reinforced the authority of the Babylonian king, who was seen as the earthly counterpart to Marduk, the divine ruler. Just as Marduk brought order to the cosmos, the king was expected to maintain order within his kingdom. Furthermore, Tiamat's defeat symbolizes the cyclical nature of life and the perpetual struggle between order and chaos. Even though Tiamat is defeated, her essence remains in the world, a reminder that chaos is never fully vanquished and must be continuously managed. In later interpretations, Tiamat came to symbolize evil and darkness, especially in later Judeo-Christian interpretations of Mesopotamian myths. However, in her original context, she was not inherently evil, but rather a representation of the untamable and unpredictable forces of nature.